This is your strong language warning. I know we do these a lot. I can't help myself. It's cathartic.
It starts with let the good times roll.
Hello, I am Haley Williams. I feel like I should be talking really soft and soothing for this episode because on this episode of Everything is Emo, we're taking things easy. We're gonna dive into the softer side of emo. So let's kick it off with a band called Isley. This is Marvelous Things.
I woke the dawn, saw horses growing out the lawn. I glimpsed a bat with butterfly wings. Oh, what marvelous things. Dark night, hold tight and sleep tight, my baby. Morning light shall burst bright and keep us here safely. I followed a rabbit through rows of mermaid and twine strawberry. Oh, what marvelous things, but they are giving me the creeps. Dark night, hold tight and sleep tight, my baby. Morning light shall burst bright and keep us here safely. Oh, lying in the sun, every day feeling all of the magic in life and the wonder. Dark night, hold tight and sleep tight, my baby. Morning light shall burst bright and keep us here safely. Morning light shall burst bright and keep us here safely.
That was Isley with Marvelous Things. This is a band from a little town in Texas called Tyler. I actually have some family in Tyler, Texas. It's not where you would expect a band like Isley to come out of, especially in the very early 2000s when they sort of got their start. This is a family band. I was really obsessed with this album. This album actually came out right as we were being courted by Fuel by Ramen. You know, they were girls that were my age at the time, and I felt a kinship to them before I met them, and I love this band and I love this album. Anyway, like I said, we're going softer in this episode. We've done a handful of like heavy metal, hardcore, we've done pop punk. We've had a good time on all the different sides of the emo subgenre, but we've really not talked about just kind of like the more melodic, maybe some piano, just some ballads. And I was really, really excited to find this acoustic version of a song that I absolutely love by a band called Circa Survive. This is from the Punk Goes Acoustic album, I believe volume number 3. So if you like this vibe, there's plenty of other acoustic versions of some of your favorite punk songs on this album. This is Act Appalled.
You walk straight, not like them. To fool them in, make it seem like you're in trouble, make a sound, fake it enough. Why made you so scared? Maybe you're mistaken for someone who can. 'Cause if you remember, I've been trying to get back to this center, and I'm sure it's not like it was before. To make them drink, tell them that it's holy water. No one leaves till we figure this out. What made you so scared? Maybe you're mistaken for someone who can. 'Cause if you remember, I've been trying to get back to this center, and I'm sure it's not like it was before. We and our words are over. We and our words are overproduced by influence. By influence. So I'm only asking if you remember. I've been trying to get back to this center, and I'm sure it's not like it was.
Circa Survive, man, it just reminds me of our summers on the Warped Tour. And, you know, we loved watching Circa Survive because they were technical players and they were really a great live band, but also they were super entertaining. And Anthony Green, the singer, I really looked up to because he just has this high register powerhouse of a voice that, you know, really inspired me, and especially as a singer on a tour that was very punk, and you know there was a lot of yelling and screaming and that kind of vocals happening all around. But Anthony, whether he sounds pristine and sharp and clear, or whether he's singing raspy and kind of yelling through a vocal, like he just has such a presence vocally that I aspire to, and I have so many good memories of watching him side stage, just being like, oh my God, I hope I sound like this when we play. If you haven't gotten into Circa Survive, this song is from an album called Juturna that came out in 2005. It's a great album. There's so many great songs on it, but I really wanted to play this acoustic version because it's beautiful. Oh man, this This On Shuffle album is, I mean, it might be one of the best debut albums of all time. I don't know why we didn't play it in our debuts episode. If you didn't hear that episode, we covered like Arcade Fire and their debut album, which was obviously history making, and a lot of other great debuts on that episode. But this album, they came out of the gate swinging, man. They were not messing around, and they got all of our attention. It didn't matter that like at the time I was having a huge like heavy kind of metal phase in my life. This album came out and it was all I wanted to listen to. Like in between listening to Killswitch Engage and As I Lay Dying or whatever, I was spinning Keen, Hopes and Fears. This record is just ridiculous. The melodies, the vocal, the lyrics, it's kind of got it all. And this was an album I never had to worry about. I could put it on shuffle. I could play it top to bottom. Every song is good. So we're gonna shuffle it, and I know we're not gonna be disappointed no matter what. So let's give it a go. Oh my God. All right, so we got Sunshine. I mean, try not to melt while listening to this song. Just try, I dare you.
hold you in my hands, a little animal, and only some dumb idiot would let you go. But if I'm one thing, then that's the one thing. I should know. Can anybody find out? I
If you're enjoying this mix, please don't keep it to yourself. Spread the word. Share Everything is Emo with your friends, your mom, your dad, whoever you think needs to chill, because this is a very chill episode. Make sure not to send them one of the episodes where we play hardcore, because your mom and dad may not like that. Or they might. If they're cool, they might. Maybe they're young parents. Maybe they were into it. I don't know. Like maybe your dad is Toby from H2O.
When the sun came up, we were sleeping, sunk inside our blankets, sprawled across the bed, and we're dreaming. There were moments when I know it ends. The world revolves around us, and we're keep it all going. This delicate balance, vulnerable, all-knowing, saying like you think no one's listening. You would kill for this just a little bit, just a little bit. You would saying like you think no one's listening. You would kill for this just a little bit, just a little bit. You would, you would. Sing me something soft, sad and delicate, or loud and out of key. Sing me anything. We're glad for what we've got, done with what we've lost. Our whole lives lay out right in front of us. Sing like you think no one's listening. You would kill for this just a little bit, just a little bit. You would sing like you think no one's listening. You would kill for this just a little bit, just a little bit. You would, you would. Sing me something soft, sad and delicate, or loud and out of key. Sing me anything.
Another incredible melodic emo band from our scene that features a lot of piano. We got to tour with this band in 2005. We both opened on a Simple Plan tour. It was kind of the most random lineup ever. I believe it was us, and then Stray Light Run, and then Plain White Tees and Simple Plan. Can you imagine like what? And that was what made the scene so cool, is that, you know, it was kind of like a weird mixtape. But I was so excited that this band, Stray Light Run, that you just heard, was on this tour, because I had been a really big Taking Back Sunday fan, and this was John. He quit Taking Back Sunday. There was a lot of scene drama, a lot of AbsolutePunk.net discourse about Taking Back Sunday, but there was a lot going on, and I was really, really stoked to be on a tour where there was another female. And Michelle, who was John's sister, she played keys and she sang, and at the time she was the first woman that I ever toured alongside. I mean, even like in the crew, there were hardly ever any females, and I was a young teenage girl, so I had her to look up to, and I felt very safe with her. I remember she dyed my hair one night in a hotel bathroom, and I'm just really thankful for friends on tour. So that's why I wanted to include them. It's also just a beautiful song. So I don't do this very often. It's maybe even slightly embarrassing, but this week I've chosen one of my songs. I can't even say it without laughing. I decided to put myself to work while we took some time off, and I had a friend, Daniel James, who is an incredible writer, producer from Nashville. He's now based in LA. He's incredible, and so I asked him to help me. What you're about to hear, I recorded in my house in one single room. I played all the instruments on it, and had a really good time challenging myself to that, because I lean so hard on my bandmates in Paramore. They're my favorite musicians. So making a record in which I kind of put that on myself to do, it was a lot of pressure to live up to the standards that I've become used to. But I think it really stretched me and grew me a lot as a musician. I learned a lot. I played every day more than I've played since I was a teenager, and I had a lot of fun doing things like ripping a solo. So I'm gonna get into this. This is called Over Those Hills by me. Enjoy it.
Over those hills, I bet you're somewhere dreaming. I take my pills every night and in the morning. When you wake up, ever wish I was beside you? We could look out together on those hills forever. Somewhere dreaming, I take my pills every night and in the morning. When you wake up, wish I was beside you. We could look out together on those hills forever. This is the feeling. You can't imagine that it's real till you feel it. Oh, almost went numb. Thought I'd had enough, but the hurt is half the fun.
That was Phoebe Bridgers. We know her, we love her. I've been a fan of Phoebe for a really long time. Before she even had the first EP out, I've had some of her songs. Got lucky. It's what happens sometimes when you're in a band. People are passing around your demos and somebody ends up with it. And I had a couple of songs that, she later put out, like Killer. And I just thought she was really cool, man. Like I had not ever heard anyone that sounded quite like her. And I also really enjoy when a singer has a quiet authority, but she doesn't need to belt. As a person who grew up belting a lot and yelling on a mic and all that, it's always nice to just hear the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of the ways that you can really express pretty much anything. She sings about a lot of stuff. And it doesn't really matter if she's singing it whisper quiet. It's really powerful. And that's something I really appreciate about Phoebe's records. Her album just before Punisher, Stranger in the Alps, it was with me at one of the lowest points in my life. And it got me through a lot, man. So I had to put Motion Sickness on here. I feel like that's a song that really kind of solidified her as an indie darling, I guess. And it sort of paved the way and kind of set the foundation for where she is today, which is really remarkable. She's a great artist. Time to shuffle Hopes and Fears by Keane. And We Might As Well Be Strangers.
I don't know your face no more, or feel the touch that I adore. I don't know your face no more. It's just a place I'm looking for. We might as well be strangers in another town. We might as well be living in a different world. We might as well. We might as well. We might as well. I don't know your thoughts these days. We're strangers in
steps, heels turn black. The cinders, they light the path, and these strange steps take us back, take us back. Flow sweetly, hang heavy, you suddenly complete me, you suddenly complete me. Flow sweetly, hang heavy, you suddenly complete me, you suddenly complete me. No wonder, other half, strange steps, heels turn black, the cinders they splinter and light the path, and these strange steps trace us back, trace us back. Flow sweetly, hang heavy, you suddenly complete me, you suddenly complete me. Flow sweetly, hang heavy, you suddenly complete me, you suddenly complete me.
That was Yeah Yeah Yeahs with Hysteric, one of my favorite songs by them. I really never got into this album, It's Blitz, until we were making After Laughter, and it came out in 2009, so I was pretty behind. But that happens a lot, you know. Sometimes you're just not ready for where a band is going, and then you find yourself rediscovering it years later, and it meets you at exactly the moment that it's supposed to. All right, so I want to play a band that I don't know like how emo this band has ever been considered, but I do know that most of the bands that we grew up touring with reference this next band that I'm going to play for you. This is a band called Pinback. And the first time that I heard this song was Jordan Pundik from Newfound Glory. He came onto our bus and we were just kind of sharing music that we were listening to, and he played this song. And I was like, why don't I already know this? It's so cool. And they have other really great songs that have been featured in TV shows and stuff, and you'll probably recognize it if you kind of go through their best of on like, you know, a streaming platform. But this is a song called Penelope, and I hope you like it. Neverment from LP1. And if you want to hear American Football's LP2 album put on shuffle, check out episode 4 of Everything is Emo. It's one of my favorite albums. It came out in 2016. You really can't go wrong with that record. On next week's episode, we're actually going to talk about inspiration. The fact that emo, punk, and guitar-based music is inspired by so many different styles. And plus, hot off the press, Mike Kinsella from American Football will be choosing next week's On Shuffle album, and it is not what you would expect. All right, so we're going to shuffle Keen's album Hopes and Fears one last time. And it's bed-shaped. I don't know how and why I ever forget that this was one of my favorite albums. It just trumped so many trends that I was into at the time, or like bands that were having like one hot moment. Keen to me was instant classic, and I'm gonna be listening to this record a lot more thanks to this show, because I've rediscovered my affinity for this band. Get into the vocals on this record, man. Like, this is some Brian Wilson, Beach Boys genius level melody happening. And also performance-wise, like, what a voice that you could listen to for hours and not get sick of. And I hope maybe I have rekindled your love for this band. That is what this show is all about. If you're not discovering something that you've never heard of to love and obsess over, then I hope that you are rediscovering things that you already love.
Many's the time I ran with you down the rainy roads of our old town. Many the lives we lived in each day, and buried all together. Don't laugh at me. Don't look away. You'll follow me back with the sun in your eyes, and on your own bed shaped and legs of stone. You'll knock on my door, and up we'll go in white light. I don't think so, but what do I know? What do I know? I know you think I'm holding you down, and I've fallen by the wayside now, and I don't understand the same things as you, but I do. Don't laugh at me. Don't look away. You'll follow me back with the sun in your eyes, and on your own bed shaped and legs of stone. You'll knock on my door, and up we'll go in white light. I don't think so, but what do I know? What do I know? I know.
So it's time for our AOB track. This is an artist called Joy Oladokun, and I really love this artist's album, In Defense of My Own Happiness. It's her third album, and it came out in 2021. But this particular track that I want to play has a feature by an artist named Jensen McCrae. She made a funny tweet that went viral with her playing a song that she said, you know, this is what a song about being vaccinated would sound like if it was written by Phoebe Bridgers. And the thing is, the song kind of blew up, and she recorded it and released it officially. It's called Immune, if you want to check it out. It's funny, but it's also it's obviously very topical. It's great though. Like, Jensen McCrae's voice is woo, it's so good. And you couple that with Joy Oladokun's voice, and I just feel like it's such a great picture of just two songwriters that have come together, and I don't know if they met each other on the internet or not. I know that I've found out about both of them just from, you know, being stuck at home and having no way out. I love that they're singing together. Their voices are both like super rich and warm and so cool. And I hope that you love Wish You the Best by Joy Oladokun and Jensen McCrae.
I remember searching, watching, waiting for the end of days to come. Thinking God had made me something special, living on the run. I remember when I moved out, moved on, with nothing good to say to you. Now I'm just a little older, kinder. My bitter days are through. My bitter days are through. Even when your bag is empty, even when your ego's bruised, I will never come down swinging. I still want the best for you. I still want the best for you. I remember always second guessing how I'm meant to handle you. Now I know I'm greater than the sum of what I stood to lose. I remember driving through the canyon, living for the golden hour. Now you're just another loaded memory, nothing we can do about it. Even when your bag is empty, even when your ego's bruised, I will never come down swinging. I still want the best for you. I still want the best for you. When your bag is empty, when your ego's bruised, I still want the best for you. I still want the best for you.
All right, so we made it to the final track, and I want to end it with an artist called Julian Baker, who I'm so proud to say is one of my friends. She lives in Nashville now, but she's a singer-songwriter from Memphis, Tennessee. She grew up on hardcore, post-hardcore, and we have so much in common because we both grew up in the South, and we both grew up kind of, I think, just immersed in religion and the evangelical Christian culture that is prominent in the South. There's just so much to unpack, and we've become close for the fact that we've been able to level with each other and kind of talk about our personal experience. And I think the beauty of having belief in anything at all, doesn't have to be a God, is that it's meant to evolve with you. I believe that. I believe that it's personal, and I don't think there's a right way. you know. And I say all of this because I want to play a song by her called Rejoice. And I think, like, regardless of if you are agnostic, atheist, if you are a believer in whatever, if you subscribe to any sort of rhythm in your life that gives you peace or some kind of clarity, or that causes you tension, I think that these are just universal themes. And so I wanted to play this because it's such a powerful message, and her voice is just ridiculous.
All of my friends in a plastic bag, walking around, jumping the train tracks over the fence. Bands all black, sleep on a bench in the park on